Hello people, this is going to be the first part of our 10-part video course. The first topic that I'm going to be covering is lower time frame entries, how to refine from those higher time frames, how to refine maybe an order block or a demand zone. Here you can see a demand zone that is very big on something like the 4-hour time frame, and be able to refine it onto a 5-minute entry, so you can enter something like this with your stop loss placed here rather than entering at this price with your stop loss placed here. Basically meaning you can refine your risk to reward and get those higher risk to rewards. I'll be going through a live chart example of a trade that I am going to be refining, so you can see I'm on USD chaff. I have the higher time frame area marked out. You can see in blue. Maybe I should give it a border just to make it a bit clearer, so let's just do that really quick. Right, you can see that blue area, which is our higher time frame 4-hour OB, and then you can see this area right here, which is our lower time frame OB that you would have entered from. Right, so I'm going to be showing you this first of all as a concept, and then I'll be going on to the real life chart. So say we have an area of structure that we're looking at. We're looking at a demand zone, right, that is on the 4-hour time frame. This demand zone can be huge. If you were entering on the 4-hour time frame, you entered here with your stop loss placed here, you would be looking at, if this is the 4-hour time frame, you'd be looking at 50-60 pip stop losses, right? You don't want to have to deal with 50-60 pip stop losses. You want to be able to refine your entries, right? So what you want to be able to do is, say if I draw out that same area just zoomed in a bit more, is you want to be able to identify an area within that 4-hour OB, maybe this area right here, be able to enter your trade from that area, right? Which means you can open your trade at this point right here with your stop loss place right here, right, targeting wherever. But you can make it means your stop loss is far smaller compared to you having entered your trade right here with your stop loss placed down here, right? That's just a concept breakdown of what it would look like for you to be able to refine an entry, right? Now I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to get this entry. So this entry right here, if I just show us right here, this 5-minute entry or 1-minute entry, whatever time frame it is, I'm going to be showing you how to be able to do that right now using this chart example of USD chaff, right? So if you go into the 4-hour time frame, right, and we notice, you can see that we have a very clear, right, a very clear higher time frame 4-hour OB. It's not very clear on the 4-hour, so let's go into the daily time frame. It's very clear on the daily. So you can see this is our daily OB. You can see we have this daily OB. It's very clear because we have it's valid because we have our volume increase that we look for, indicating smart money has gone involved in this market. And then obviously you can see it has broken through this level of structure right here, right? For those two reasons, this order block is very valid, right? If I were to enter my trade without refining, I'd enter from the top of that order block with my stop loss placed here, and I would have to deal with a let's just see, a 65 pip stop loss, right? That is huge. You don't want to have to deal with a 65 pip stop loss. So what you can do is, let's get rid of this now, is you can replay the market, go back to this area and watch this area on the lower time frames to see if there is any area within your 4-hour OB that you can be able to refine your entry to, right? And this is what I noticed. I noticed that this area right here, this area of consolidation, is the last bit of selling or the last bit of consolidation before our breakout from this whole range right here, right? Therefore, this is a valid OB, number one, because we have our volume increase indicating smart money has gotten involved, and number two, because we've broken out of our range, right? Therefore, this area is very valid. So what I've done is, let me just delete it. I will just show you what I did, right? I got my rectangle tool, right? Drew it on for that candle, that area right there, and then I zoomed back out, got out of replay mode, and waited for the market to come into my zone. And as you can see, look at this entry. You would have entered right here at the top of that OB with your stop loss placed at the bottom, so just right below here. If I show you right below here, right, and then you'd have your take profits placed wherever, right? So that's how you refine entries. You look at your higher time frames, you find a higher time frame OB that is valid, and then you refine that on the lower time frames to find a lower time frame OB that is also valid. So in this case, if I zoom back all the way, right, we had a 5-minute OB that we said was valid. It's going to require a lot of zooming, a lot of refining, going back. Give me a second to find that. Maybe we should just went up to the higher time frames and then went back. So here was our OB. So if I just show us, we go here and then we go into the 5-minute, right? You can see that this was our OB, very clear. It broke structure to the upside, and we have that volume increase, and that volume increase is very, very clear. Therefore, this is a valid OB. Then all you do is wait for the market to come back to your OB, as we said, right? The market comes back to your OB, you're triggered into your trade, and then you run into some nice profits. And instead of dealing with a 1 to, let's see, what is this? A 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5, right? You're dealing with a, what's this? A 1 to 15, right? You've just 10x your risk to reward just like that. So that's how you find entries. Very simple. You go into your higher time frames, identify a valid OB, then you go into your lower time frames and you find an OB within that higher time frame OB and get your entry from that lower time frame OB. Simple as, very, very clean, very easy to follow. If you have any questions, let me know in Trade Talk and all of that, and I will answer your questions. Thank you for watching this. This will be the first part of our 10-part series. The next thing that I'll be talking about is Wyckoff, the two functions of Wyckoff, why Wyckoff exists, and then I'll have another video after that talking about how to identify Wyckoff on a chart. So thank you for watching. This is the first video.